Hello YouTube viewers, welcome to my show Rocket Mondays, episode number 5. So today we're gonna take a look into SpaceX. So let's get started. So what is it? Well, very simple. It's a small company started by Elon Musk and it was created in May 6, 2002. So what do you have to know about it? Well, it offers two primary surveys: human-rated cargo and Falcon series of rockets. Basically Falcon 1, Falcon 5, Falcon 9, Falcon Heavy. Falcon 1 and 5 are cancelled, or currently only functional rockets are Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy. So let's dive into it. So this company started with one man and one idea. Elon Musk wanted to colonize Mars, and he went to a lot of companies like NASA and Russian agencies, and he was rejected. So at the end he was like, okay, screw this people, I'm gonna make my own space company. That's how SpaceX was formed. At the beginning it had very few people, now it has almost 7,000. So what are the good aspects of it? It has very clear goal. This is very priceless in terms of corporation. If you have a very clear goal what you want to do, everything else becomes easy. So their goal is colonizing Mars. That's like their very simple goal. Like, it's created by a guy and it's like, okay, I have to do this. Mars is its target. So the whole company rotates around that single fact. Now it's very cost driven. So what does that mean? Since it's not like, politicians are giving it money, so it has to deliver. Like, it provides launch in using Falcon 9. So other companies will be like, okay, we will hire you for $70 million and you will put up my satellite into orbit. Here's the deal. The sole reason Falcon 9 is only 70 million instead of 400 million that generally United Launch Alliance American company costs is because it's cost driven. There is no government fixed payment like which ULA has. ULA is like already booked for 10-20 years ahead. Like, this is a private company, it has to earn that reputation. Now how did they manage that? Very simply, it's they removed all the middlemen, like as many middlemen as they can remove. They had all the products go into one factory, make rocket entirely there. That's all they did. Like in my video Why NASA Sucks, I mentioned that NASA is spread around everywhere. This is invert of that. Everything is concentrated in one place. And they are very quick and agile. So as you can see, this is the Falcon 1. This is what propelled them into actual space. And first 3 blew up and fourth one succeeded. So suffice to say, they went from that to designing Falcon 5 and they cancelled it because they were like, Falcon 9 is far more practical, like in terms of launch capabilities. So they are very quick to agile. Like if they find something works, they will stick to it. If it doesn't work, they will cancel it. Like, they do not make the mistake that NASA did with space shuttle. So their agility really does help them cut cost, and they have very low to no politics. Now what I mean by politics, as you can see, many companies are publicly owned. Basically stockholders play a very crucial role, and you can't avoid politics in space because it's you have to get license to launch into it. So it's not like anyone can build a rocket, anyone can launch a payload, but unless you want to get killed by police, you want to make sure that you have licenses for that. So it has very little politics involved into it. So these are the good. So what is their company's future? As I already told, like Mars does not pay you back. Like, you go to Mars, Mars is not going to pay you. It's pointless. And they are subject to outside forces, which I will look into in the bad aspect. And currently they are very, very, very low profitability. So think of it this way. Elon Musk famously joked, like, to make a small fortune in space, you have to start with a big fortune, and he wasn't joking. So space is flat out losing money. The sole reason ULA and all that they are succeeding is because they have, I already mentioned, pre-locked agreement. So they are playing two big gambles. Now the one big gamble we all know, BFR. Now it's a big ass rocket, and it's literally called Big Falcon rocket, and if it works, it will allow Mars colonization, hopefully. Now even if it did that, here's the problem. BFR has the issue that nobody's gonna pay for it unless NASA comes forward and like, okay, we're gonna buy this product. They're kind of screwed. So that is their first line. Second line is Starline. Now this is the golden goose. Like, if they can get this working, they're gonna be so rich that Google will start to look like a children throwing tantrums, kind of like, they will start making that much money. So what is it? It's a satellite constellation that will provide internet. Now you might be like, okay, would that work? Traditionally no, because all the satellites were kept at very high orbit, which are generally classified as geostationary. What does that mean? Simply like, this is your surface, satellite would be on top of you. Benefit, you can have like 3 to 4 satellites and it will cover a large area. Side effect, it's so far there would be a lot of ping, like 300 to 400 millisecond. Doing video call like that would be laggy. Not because you might not have the bandwidth, it's simply because it physically takes that long back and forth. And it's not like it only goes to the satellite. It has to go to one satellite, then to the ground station, then from ground station to the satellite, then again to you. So ping is quite huge, let's just say that. So what they are trying to do is put satellites in low Earth orbit, basically below 1000 kilometers per hour. Height altitude, basically almost at the same orbit as International Space Station, and they want to put a lot of satellite. Now in low orbit you can't be stationary. The stationary orbit is geostationary. If you go close, you will be orbiting very quickly. You will be orbiting as quickly as 22 minutes or 30 minutes. So you need a lot of satellites to give a full coverage. So their original plan is around 4000 satellites to give a complete constellation, and if they work out, they're gonna revolutionize internet permanently. And if it works out, even with 1 to 2% of market capture of whole planet, because it's an international service, they will be talking about $30 billion. So yeah, they're big. Like if this works out, they're gonna be rich. And this is the sole reason why they want to make sure the Falcon series rockets are quickly reusable. They have to launch 4 to 5,000 satellites, so they want to make sure the rockets are cheap. So we looked at the good, we looked at the future, let's look at the bad. Now it's overhyped beyond belief. I have no idea how the heck that happened. Now it's generally a case with Elon Musk, like things get overhyped beyond belief. So I will look into it more detailedly. So, and it's always behind schedule. Everything they designed is always behind schedule, from the original launches to Falcon Heavy supposed to be launched in 2013 and 5-year delay. The Starlink project supposed to have the early testing at 2016, that was 2 years delay. And Falcon Heavy, he already almost went to start selling the tickets that you're gonna buy a Falcon Heavy and it's gonna ferry you around the moon. No landing, but ferry around the moon. Yeah, and it was cancelled. So you have to understand, it's overhyped beyond belief. Like even if he comes up and says retard things like, you're gonna do a rocket to travel on the planet, and nobody bats an eye, is like, dude, that's a ICBM trajectory. That trajectory is so high acceleration that people gonna die inside, and ICBM can do that because, well, it doesn't have to slow down. So suffice to say, there are some people with intelligence like Thunderfoot on YouTube, but it gets overhyped beyond belief. Now one thing you have to understand, it runs on NASA's money. It's not a privately funded company. I'm like, it is, but it's not completely. It's not like Apple, where Apple is like, okay, they sell a product, if the product works, then only they get the money back. No, NASA is giving them small amount of money. Now small as in government small, like it's millions of dollars, in order to ensure that they have what's called commercial resupply missions, CRM, commercial resupply missions, basically, which is the most profitable for SpaceX. Basically, NASA is paying them money so they can create the Dragon capsule that goes to International Space Station and refuels it, basically in terms of food, supplies, scientific research and all that. So it's not 100% independent, and this is kind of a big risk factor. Like let's say they made a BFR, but NASA has to buy it. Elon Musk cannot launch the BFR. Even if he makes it, he cannot launch it. He does not have any technology other than the rocket itself. That's why I said the company has only 2 products, the Falcon series rockets and the Dragon capsule. They have nothing else. They don't have rovers, they don't have the habitat technology, nothing. So this is a very crucial point. Like let's say in future we have a, let's say, economic crash and all the Mars projects are halted. Here's still the BFR will be just a fancy money waste. So you have to understand, it's not independent. So you can't have SpaceX versus NASA. Now NASA, I already mentioned in my episode of why NASA sucks. It's politics and, well, politics and budget. Now they also screw over the budget. and they are also behind schedule, but due to the lack of politics they work quite well. So I hope you like my presentation. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked it or learned from it. In that case, please like. If you didn't, please dislike, leave a comment and subscribe. Press the bell icon. I upload a video every day. So thanks for watching.